Now I am doing question number 25. Question number 25. Limit x tends to 0, tan 2x upon x. So tan will be converted into sine and cos. Tan 2x will be converted into sine and cos. So it will become limit x tends to 0. Tan 2x will become sine 2x upon cos 2x whole upon x. So that may be written in this way. Sine 2x into 1 upon cos 2x upon x whole upon x. Sine 2x upon cos 2x will be written sine 2x into 1 upon cos 2x whole upon x. And it might be written in the way sine 2x upon x into 1 upon cos 2x. Sine 2x upon x into 1 upon cos 2x. Now we'll multiply by 2 over there and we'll multiply by 2 over there so that it will become balanced. Multiply by 2 over there and multiply by 2 over there. So it will become limit x tends to 0 to into sine 2x upon 2x into 1 over cos 2x. Put the limit. 2 multiply, this is the limit of this one is 1, and here we'll put the value of x 0, cos 2 into 0. Two into 0 will be 0. It is 2 into 1 over cos 0. 2 into 0 will be 0 and cos 0 is 1. The answer is 2. So that means tan 2x upon 2x, if we do directly over there, multiply over there by 2 and here also 2. So sine 2x upon 2x will be 1. 2 into 1 will be 2. So therefore, we came to the conclusion that tan x upon x when limit x tends to 0 is also equal to 1. We came to the conclusion that sine tan x upon x, limit x tends to 0, will also be equal to 1. That means that tan 2x upon 2x, 2 multiplied over there and multiplied over there. So tan 2x upon 2x will be 1. So 1 into 2, the answer 2 into 1, answer is 2. Always Zahid 64139. Question number 27. X cosec 2x cos 5x. X cosec 2x cos 5x. Limit x tends to 0. इजहार करें.
सर आप यूनिवर्सिटी जाके क्यों नहीं पढ़ा रहे? बाकी टीचर्स यूनिवर्सिटी में पढ़ा रहे हैं.
जी नहीं, कोई नहीं पढ़ा रहा. आप यूनिवर्सिटी जाते हैं?
सर टीचर्स तो बुला रहे ना.
आप जाते हैं यूनिवर्सिटी, ये बताया मुझे, या बैठे बैठे घर पे बैठे बैठे बातें बना लेते हो? वहीं से देख लेते हो तुम, यहाँ दूरबीन लगा के यूनिवर्सिटी में कौन आ रहा है कौन जा रहा है?
सर आप वो अच्छा ही लगता ना, तैयार होके घर पे ही बैठ जाते.
तुम बे भाई यूनिवर्सिटी जाते हो या बस घर बैठे बैठे बातें बना लेते हो? यहाँ से दूरबीन लगा के देख रहे हो यूनिवर्सिटी में कौन जाता है कौन आता है?
सर अब क्या करें, यही काम है.
यही काम नहीं है ना, पढ़ लिख लिया करो, यही काम है, पढ़ने पर तवज्जो दो.
ओके सर.
ये काम सब छोड़ दो. क्वेश्चन नंबर 27. लिमिट x tends to 0, x cosec 2x upon cos 5x. Cosec will be converted into 1 over sine. Cosec is the reciprocal of sine. Cosec is the reciprocal of sine. 1 upon sine 2x. Cosec 2x is 1 over sine 2x upon cos 5x. Limit x tends to 0. X into 1 over sine 2x will be x over sine 2x whole upon cos 5x. This cos 5x means upon 1. This cos 5x means this is x cosec, it will become x upon sine 2x. into cos 5x will become cos x upon 1. It will become limit x tends to 0, x upon sine 2x into divided by cos 5x upon 1 will become 1 upon cos 5x. Now this is 2x, it should be 2x. This is 2x, it should be 2x, we'll multiply by 2 over there and we multiply 2 over there. So limit x tends to 0. This is 1 over 2, this one, and inside will be 2x upon sine 2x. This 2 is come over there. This is 2x upon sine 2x into 1 over cos 5x. Put the limit. This is 2x upon sine 2x. We may take the reciprocal of this one. 1 upon sine 2x upon 2x as we have done in question number 24. So the answer will be, the limit will become 1. So this is 1 over 2. This is 1. And this is 1 over cos 5 into 0 will be 0. And cos 0 is 1. Cos 0 is 1. 1 over 2 into 1 into 1 over 1. The answer is 1 over 2. The answer is 1 over 2. So this is the way when we have cosec, it will be converted 1 over sine. If it is sec, it will be converted 1 over cos. So that was question number 27. Now we'll do question number 29. Understood? Anything do you want to ask in this question? Yes, anything do you want to ask in this question? Nothing. Okay. Question number 29. Limit x tends to 0. X plus x cos x divided by sin x cos x. I will convert into two fractions. This is single fraction. I will convert into the two fractions. This will become x upon sin x cos x plus x cos x upon sin x cos x. Limit x tends to 0, x upon sin x cos x will be x upon sin x into 1 over cos x plus this cos x is cancelled, x upon sin x. X upon sin x is common. If we take common, limit x tends to 0, x upon sin x is common into 1 upon cos x plus 1. Surab Haider Ali 64068. Okay. Now we'll take the limits of this one.
सर 2 आंसर आ रहा है.
2 आंसर आएगा, बिल्कुल सही है बेटा. So that will be x upon sin x will be 1. 1 over cos 0 will be 1 plus 1. The answer is 1 into 2. The answer is 2. The limit of x over sin x will be 1 over reciprocal of sin x upon x will be 1. So 1 into 1 over cos 0. This is also equal to 1 and plus 1. So 1 plus 1 will be 2. 2 into 1 will be 2. The final answer is 2. That was question number 29. Okay. Question number 31. Limit t tends to 0, sin of 1 minus cos t whole upon 1 minus cos t. Here the angle is 1 minus cos t. So if 1 minus cos t is theta, so sin theta upon theta. Sin theta upon theta, and theta tends to 0, but here t tends to 0. We will check whether 1 minus cos t, that will become theta. Theta tends to 0. When t tends to 0, we'll find theta. We'll let us suppose so theta is equal to 1 minus cos t. Substitute the limits. Theta will be equal to limit t tends to 0. 1 minus cos t. It will become limit, put the limit 1 minus cos 0, t is 0. So 1 minus cos 0, 1 minus 1, cos 0 is 1, answer is 0. So that means when t tends to 0, so theta, that is 1 minus cos t, that also tends to 0. We'll substitute over there. Therefore, limit theta tends to 0. So 1 minus cos t, theta is 1 minus cos t. When t tends to 0, so theta tends to also 0. That is also equal to 0. So theta tends to 0. So sin theta upon theta equal to 1. The answer is 1. When this is theta, so this is also theta. So sin theta upon theta should be equal to 1 if theta tends to 0. तो ये हम प्रूव करेंगे थीटा टेंड्स टू 0 है, यहाँ वैल्यू पुट करके टी की 0, क्योंकि हमारे पास टी की वैल्यू दी है, थीटा की नहीं है, थीटा हमने इसको सपोज कर लिया. तो ये भी थीटा, ये भी थीटा. एक कंडीशन, वन कंडीशन हैज बीन फुलफिल्ड. इफ दिस इज सपोज थीटा, so this is sin theta upon theta. The second condition is that theta tends to 0. Theta must tends to 0. Then the limit will be equal to 1. Because when theta tends to 0, limit equal to 1. So therefore, we'll put the value. So we will prove that 1 minus cos theta tends to 0. So 1 minus cos theta will substitute t equal to 0. So 1 minus cos 0 is equal to 1 minus 1. That is 0. So theta equal to 0. When t tends to 0, theta also tends to 0. So we substitute 1 minus cos t replaced by theta. This is theta, and theta tends to 0 we prove. So the limit will be equal to 1. The limit will be equal to 1. Abdul Rafi, 6914. Abdul Rafi. Oh.
सर ब्रेकअप देंगे.
The next question. Sin theta upon sin 2 theta. That is question number 33. Limit theta tends to 0. Sine theta will be divided by theta. Sine 2 theta will be divided by 2 theta. This sine theta is divided by theta and multiplied by theta. This sine 2 theta is divided by 2 theta multiplied by 2 theta. So this theta is cancelled by theta. Limit theta tends to 0. This is 1 over 2 into sine theta upon theta. Here sine 2 theta upon 2 theta. So limit of this is 1, this is 1, limit of this also 1. So this is 1 over 2 into 1 over 1. The answer is 1 over 2. The answer is 1 over 2. In this way, we had to do these questions, the limits of the trigonometrical functions. Now our next topic is differentiation. Our next topic is differentiation. Differentiation is a process which is used to find the derivative. Differentiation is a process which is used to find the derivative of a function. Differentiation is a process which is used to find the derivatives of a function. Derivative is generally written dy upon dx. d small d, dy upon dx, where y is a function of x. If y is a function of x, then the derivative of y will be dy upon dx. And what is derivative? Derivative is the rate of change of a function. Derivative is the rate of change of a function. Here the function is y. Y is a function of x. Y is a function of x. Therefore, it is derivative of y with respect to x. So dy upon dx is called derivative of y with respect to x. Derivative of y with respect to x. dy upon dx. This is the derivative. If we take the derivative of the derivative, it will be called the second derivative. This is the first derivative. This is the first derivative. If we are asked to find the derivative of the derivative, that is the second derivative, then again derivative, third derivative, fourth derivative, etc. They are called the higher derivatives. So today we will study the first derivative only, and that also the algebraic function, the derivatives of the algebraic function. So I am writing over there some formulae which are very important, which will be used to find the derivative. So directly we will apply the formula to find the derivative or differentiate the function. To find the derivatives means to differentiate the function. Function is the process, differentiation is the process. So formula for the derivatives. If y is constant, if y is constant, then its derivative will be equal to 0. Because I told you derivative is the rate of change of a function. If it is a constant function, it means there is no change. Constant means no change, it is not going to change. So when the derivative function is constant, it's no change in the function. Constant means there is no change. When there is no change, there is no derivative rate of change. So therefore, derivative of a constant function will be 0. For example, if y is equal to 4, the derivative will be equal to 0. If y is equal to 7, the dy upon dx will be equal to 0. If y is x raised to power n, y is a function of n, x, y is a function of x, then the derivative dy upon dx will be equal to, the power will come over there and we will subtract one power from the given power. The given power is multiplied with the function and one power will be subtracted from the function. Hassan Rahim 64091. If the phi is constant, the derivative will be equal to 0. If the function is x raised to power n, so derivative will be equal to n into x raised to power n minus 1. This is very important formula. If y is equal to